Hey guys, it's Hannah and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm setting up my January 2022 bullet journal setup. If you're planning along with me, go ahead and grab your brand new bullet journals and let's get right into it. If you haven't seen my last video where I set up this brand new journal, I talked about how the overall theme of this notebook is going to be change and travel. Each month, I want to do a different place in the world that I want to travel to as my theme, and since my new notebook has a green olive branch design on the cover, I thought what better than to start off with the theme of Greece for January. So here I am drawing a rough outline sketch of some paintings and pictures of Greece that I've seen. I think, don't quote me on this, but especially in Santorini, I've noticed that they have a lot of these domed buildings with bright blue roofs, and I think that's so cool, such an interesting architectural shape, so I really tried to capture that here in this little sketch. My idea here was that it would be like looking through a window and seeing Greece through the window, like you were traveling or staying in a house there. So I drew the sketch a page behind this window sketch, and then I drew out this window, and later you'll see me cut it with an X-Acto knife so that you can see through the window panes the little outline of Greece that I did. I think it is a cute idea, and I really like how it turned out. And I end up gluing the two pages together so that you can still see through the window and see that they're two different pages, but I wanted to keep them kind of on the same page, so I ended up gluing the edges together. Here on the right side of the spread, I am doing a monthly calendar as well as doing a header for January. And since this is Greece, of course, I am going to write all of the headers in the Greek language. So January in Greek looks like this, and it's pronounced Ianuarios. I think that's such a beautiful language, so I'm excited to try to pronounce all of these words throughout this plan with me. The first thing I did after the cover page is I trimmed all of the pages a few dots in from the edge so that you could always see this doodle that I am about to do. I draw a little olive branch strand on the side of the pages, and I cut the pages so that you could always see the olive branch no matter what spread you were in the month. I also cut some tabs for my weekly spreads. Later in the video you'll see more on that, but that is why I'm cutting weird shapes right here. Here I'm using my 0.5mm tip Pigma Micron pen to draw some leaves and olives on this olive branch, and then later I will go in with a green Tombow dual brush pen to color in the leaves, and I'll just fill in the little olives with this pen as well. At the top of the page here, I'm writing Ianuarios one more time as a header, and if you couldn't already tell, my color palette for this month are the colors of Greece, which is a blue, cream, and white, or in my case, since I can't really draw white as an accent color, I'm doing a very light color gray. Here I am drawing the abbreviations of the days of the week, similar to how Monday is usually shortened to mun on a calendar and Sunday is usually shortened to sun. I am drawing the first 3 letters of each of the days of the week. I will pronounce these in my weekly spread when I start planning that towards the end of the video, so if you want to hear how those are pronounced, that will be later in the video when I actually write out the full word for the weekly days. On the left side right here of the calendar, I wrote a notes area, which in Greek is pronounced semiosis, and that is what it looks like. I wrote the translation of all of the bigger words under the Greek lettering, so you'll see the little notes lettering I did right under that Greek word. And now I'm just drawing the lines of the calendar and finishing up that. I am now doing a cream colored drop shadow with a Tombow dual brush pen. I like adding these drop shadows in certain months, and I really think that the cream color neutral tone it added to the spread really makes it look nice and earthy. Then I used my navy colored Archer and Olive acrylograph paint pen to write all of the days of the month in the calendar, and if you look on the right side of the spread, do you see how you can see the olive branch doodle many pages back because I cut the edges of the pages? I thought that was cool, and I really liked the dimension it added because you can still see the tabs. And again, towards the end of the video, once I add all the colors and finish the spreads, you'll see how cool it looks, and I really like the addition of that. So if you ever want to spice up your bullet journal month and make it different and stand out from the other ones, then definitely cut some ends off and make it like tabs. It's really cool, and I think it's a great idea. I'm just adding another doodle of those blue topped houses on the bottom of the spread, and then we are on to my next spreads. This left side is my playlist spread, but since the word playlist in Greek is a really strange, confusing word, it doesn't quite translate properly, I just wrote music at the top, which is pronounced musiki in Greek, and I wrote the translation there for you guys. And then I drew some different boxes with different sizes for songs I like throughout the month. I had some smaller and bigger options so that if I had a song with a really long title, I could fit that in one of the bigger boxes, and then if it was a smaller single word song, I could fit that in the smallest box there at the end. I added some more drop shadows, and then we're on to the next one. On the right side of the spread here, I decided to bring back my vision board spread. In some of my earlier videos from this year, you'll see that I did some vision boards. I will link those videos here if you're interested in me describing and explaining basically what a vision board is. But basically, I cut out some pictures of Greece that fit the theme and the color palette of what I was going for. I believe most of these are Santorini with all of the blue topped houses and the beautiful sea in the background, so I glued those in to give me the feel and vibe like I was actually there in Greece. On the next page here on the left, I typed out or stamped out a quote that I really liked and embodied what I want to go for this year, and the quote says, "We're only haunted by the things that we refuse to accept." I like this quote, especially for the beginning of the year. It's kind of telling you and reminding you to let go of the things that are in the past. You did what you did, and it is what it is. You know, everything's okay, just keep moving forward, and you have to accept things or else they'll probably haunt you forever. So give them forgiveness, accept them, and move on with your life onto bigger and better things. The right side spread over here is my YouTube video ideas spread, and instead of writing YouTube in Greek, I just decided to write videos because that's a lot easier to translate, and that is pronounced video, which is very similar to Spanish languages where the B and V sound very similar, if not the exact same, so there's a little parallel for you guys in language class. Now it's time for my week 1 weekly spread, and this is where I'm writing out all of the days of the week, so I am humbly going to try to pronounce all of them now. Monday in the top left there is pronounced Deftera, Tuesday is Triti, Wednesday is Tetarti, Thursday is Pemti, Friday is Paraskevi, and then instead of writing Saturday and Sunday, I decided to write weekend, which is pronounced Sabato-Kyriako. I am actually such a nerd when it comes to linguistics and learning the dialects of different places, and I'm really excited for these future months and the idea that I would get to travel wherever I want in the world, you know, in my bullet journal at least, and learn part of their language when making my bullet journal spreads. I'm so excited for that, so if you guys have any recommendations of places that I should travel or use as bullet journal themes, please comment them down below because I'm really curious and you guys probably know some really cool places that I may have never even heard of. So definitely feel free to suggest different places around the world and different languages to me in the comments. Now I'm coloring in each of the tabs for the different weeks of January. Instead of writing week 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the tabs, of course, I'm going to use the Greek letters. So right here is 1, or alpha, then it is 2, or beta, then 3, which is gamma, and then 4, which is delta. For my last spread, I left a lot of blank space because I think sometimes it's nice to have some white space so it doesn't overwhelm you, and I'm making a little box for to do, and that is pronounced nakano. This brings us to the end of this video. Here is a flip through of how all of my spreads turned out this month. I really hope you guys enjoyed this idea of traveling places and assimilating their language into my bullet journal spreads. If you guys enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like down below, and don't forget to comment some places and languages around the world that you think would be cool for me to check out and maybe do as themes in my bullet journal. Also, feel free to comment down below what your theme for January is. I'm curious to see if you guys are doing a similar theme or not. I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and I can't wait for the future months to come. I feel like 2022 is going to be an amazing year, and I hope you guys feel it too. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!